Please give it up for Chase Haffner! Give it up for Emily once again for really committing to the bit of lying.
That is so awesome. I wish I could commit as hard as that. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm Chase Haffner. In case you didn't hear before, I'm going to be the next president of Comedy Club, so I'm begging you, please laugh at my jokes. I need to be validated in some way, shape, and or form. Thank you. So, a little fun fact about me is I am from an hour and a half... Is it? Oh, whatever. I can project enough. Who cares? I'm from an hour and a half south of here. And listen, just because I'm south of here doesn't mean I'm from South Jersey. But before that, I love saying I'm an hour and a half south of here because everyone just looks at me like, why are you here then? You have so many better places down south. What made you come here? And I was like, no one has me kidnapped to be here. Obviously what happened was I stepped into my house, then a tornado came, picked it up, and I crushed a witch. I walked outside, and then Matthew Crick was like, follow the Patterson Road up to William Patterson, and now I'm stuck here. I don't know how to leave. Anyway, yes, so I'm from an hour and a half south of here, but I must specify I am not from South Jersey. I'm from Central Jersey. There is a nice divide. There has to be a divide, people. Okay, because you know why? In Central Jersey, we're like the white recyclables. Not white trash, white recyclable. Believe me, it's so easy to mix them up. We look so similar. We blend in really well to the point where you can't spot us. But like if you squint well enough, you're like, yeah, those two need to be separated. So it's pretty much Central Jersey is the blue bin of New Jersey. And I don't know why you guys don't think it exists. Anyway, a fun little perk about where I live, an hour and a half in Central Jersey, is that I live right next to the Jersey Shore. And you know, I would love to just once say those two words together and not have everybody think about that one TV show. Which, by the way, sucks. And apparently they're rebooting it. I don't know, I guess MTV's taking a break from ridiculousness reruns. And in case you guys don't know what it is, this guy will explain what it is to you after. I don't know, but I think that he watches it. Anyway. Okay, a little quick sidetrack here. I apparently have beef with one of the cast members of Jersey Shore. Snooki. And in case you don't know her, God bless you, I don't really know her either. I just know I apparently yelled at her once. So what happened was, when I was around the age of 7, 6-ish, she was doing a book signing at Barnes & Noble, which we should all know, it's that one store everyone says is their favorite because, you know, books. Makes them sound smart. I've gone to Barnes & Noble about 1 million times in my life. Never once have I purchased a book. That's for squares and nerds. They have whole places where you could get that stuff for free. Why would I pay $20 for one here? Dorks. Anyway, so she was doing a book signing there, and let me tell you, everyone was there. All the white recyclables were out. Wednesday came early, people. It was nuts. The parking lot was just completely filled for this thing. And the problem was, for this Barnes & Noble, it wasn't just like a singular parking lot, it was a whole plaza, which by far is the site of Brick, New Jersey, and the only site. So in here, they have a bunch of like stores and places that you can go, and right next to the Barnes & Noble was my favorite place growing up, Chuck E. Cheese. Now listen, it may be germ-infested and run by a literal talking animatronic rat. However, it is near and dear to my heart. And to put it mildly, I made that rat my bitch. Like, I was best friends with that manager there. I got free stuff all the time. It was great. So this one day, we're driving in, and my dad has to look at 7-year-old Chase and say, sorry, buddy. Can't go to Chuck E. Cheese today. To which prompted the very sweet and innocent Chase, 6-year-old Chase, to sit up and scream, "Fuck you, Snooki!" And you know what? I've never received an apology from her, so I'm assuming it's still going on at this point. Like, I'm expecting an apology within 2 to 3 business days in my DMs from Snooki. Anyway, so yes, I live by the Jersey Shore, and I actually work at the Jersey Shore at an arcade. And I gotta tell you, for a place that is filled with entertainment for 5-year-olds, which is exactly where my brain level is at, it is so boring working there. Having to listen to the same 7 sirens, and also, okay, anyone here who has worked customer service, I am sure has had to deal with a Karen at some point. You know a privilege that you don't have until you lost it? When I work at the arcade on the beach, I have to deal with the same Karens, except they're wearing 90% less clothing. It is something that you do not know you want until you lose it, people. Like, listen, a blonde woman screaming at you is one thing. A blonde woman screaming at you with half her clothes on is a whole nother ballgame that you don't want to be a part of. Anyway, so that's already terrifying. And it's boring on top of it. Just standing there like, I'm getting paid $13 an hour. $2 less than the minimum wage. My life sucks. It's terrifying, and it's awful, and dumb, so I have to come up with little games to entertain myself. And my favorite game to play is called Drunk or Stupid. Now listen, that may sound like a simple game to you, but believe me, as many people have proven to me on this campus, it is so hard to tell apart. And to make it somehow even more complicated, my arcade attached to a bar. And there's nothing more than those drunk people love more than to come into my arcade and bother me. Must be their favorite thing, like they put on their schedule like, oh, it's midnight, time to go bother Chase. No. So, this game, all right, I'll give you like a few scenarios that happened, and then we'll all decide whether they were drunk or stupid. I already know the answer, but I'm going to make you guys feel like you have power in this. First one. Woman comes in and starts screaming at a 10-year-old boy who stole her game of skee-ball. She was just dumb. Sober as hell. It was 10:30 a.m. And by the way, I paid for that game of skee-ball with my employee card. Why was she yelling at the 10-year-old? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, sober as hell, completely clean. Next one up. A man went into our photo booth and punched the glass so hard that it shattered into 400 pieces. Drunk. And possibly in prison. I mean, I don't really know because they didn't give us like the full update. I just saw him get carted away in handcuffs, and I really got to feel bad for the police officer that had to do his mugshot, because that must have been awful. Just like, I hate pictures! Like, they must have had to just go through that process over and over and over again. But yeah, he was drunk off his ass. You could smell it off of him, along with the broken glass. But a little fun fact about this game that I didn't realize until halfway after creating it is that there's a little loophole. You can be simultaneously both drunk and stupid. Those two things can happen at the same time, and it's awful. The best example that I have of this is these two women that were no younger than 25 came into my arcade at like midnight, and one of them just goes and hunts me down like a lion chasing a gazelle, grabs me by the shoulder, and drags me over to this claw machine that's full of rainbow llamas. Which definitely sounds like a slur for something. I'm not sure what, I just think that I would be called it by someone. So, immediately, what I'm faced with next for the next 20 minutes is something along the lines of, you see, the client won't give us it's not giving it won't do it. And I'm just sitting there like, I sure am earning every cent of this $13 an hour. I don't regret all my life decisions till now. I definitely don't hate my life. And then apparently this woman's liver just worked overtime, because all of a sudden she said the most sober sentence I've ever heard in my life. Give me the llama and I'll suck your dick. Now, two issues that I had with this statement. One, I was 16 years old when this happened. These women, again, are no younger than 25. I'm waiting for Chris Hansen to come out from behind this damn claw machine at any time, because this is some sort of trap that I do not want to be a part of. Second, I just find it despicable that people think that they can go and just use their bodies to get past these systems in society. Like, I have seen so many moms, dads, older siblings come in and use their money from their hard-earned 9 to 5 to try and win their spoiled brat some teddy bear that they're not winning, and I know they're not winning it because the claw machine is rigged. How do I know that? I rigged it! So, they will spend money and money and money and win jack shit and get yelled at by their little kids for the rest of the day, and then people think that they can just go and bribe me? No, that's despicable, that's awful! And I'm thinking all of this as I'm handing her the llama, Because come on, that is a great deal, people. It's not even my llama. I was gone for 3 minutes, came right back, easy. No one noticed except for that llama. But no, the best story that I have with this has to be the legend, the myth of the lady in white. So again, around midnight, because that's when the drunks come out, this beautiful woman, blonde, white dress, she struts into my arcade, and there's flowers blooming every step that she takes. She's got little woodland creatures talking to her along the way. She's like a Disney princess, this woman. And I look at her, I'm like, wow, this woman's really pretty. She then proceeds to still strut through the arcade, find a nice little secluded corner in the back, turn around, and piss all over the wall. And by the way, she didn't drop anything. She was going commando that day. She was prepared. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, madam, there's a bathroom 10 feet from you that way. Actually, failing that, there was an empty garbage can 5 feet from her. Failing that, there was an empty commemorative kids cup that was sitting 2 centimeters beside her that has a word search on it that I still haven't solved. Fuck you, sunshine. Anyway, yeah, so that was right there. All she had to do was, nope, didn't do it. It was like a loose fire hose, marking her territory all over the wall. So I start freaking out shit. I don't want to clean this up. I don't get paid enough. So I run over to my manager, but I am way too slow. I ain't no Forrest Gump, let me tell you. And what does she do? She bolts out the employee exit into the bar among the sea of other drunk blondes with disappointed fathers. And guess which one of us had to clean up that piss? Sure as shit wasn't me. I get paid under minimum wage. I made my manager do that. He makes a whole $14 an hour. Come on, you're making the big bucks, boy. Anyway, so the morals of the story here are, 1, if you go into my arcade, please be sober. 2, if you go into my arcade, please have maybe your high school diploma at some point. And 3, if you go into my arcade and you want a rainbow llama, you know the deal. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. You did a lovely job.